Patty, hello. Did you come for the study sesh today? Study sesh. Yeah, can't say girl, but you did. Thank goodness, because I always need company when I'm studying. I'm very glad you came. Today, I think I'm just gonna kind of organize myself, because I think a big part of studying that takes a lot of time is just getting into that mode and getting yourself organized, finding out how to study, basically. I think finding out how to study is like a big part that takes a long time. And I think it's also that part that's kind of hard to get over and kind of hard to kind of put yourself into that phase of studying, because once I do that, like if I'm going into a study session with the goal of studying something, getting something done, or getting multiple things done, once I kind of figure out how to study, I'm already exhausted. So I don't want to continue studying, So I'm gonna take this night, and hopefully you can join me to just get myself organized to study, and maybe do a little bit of studying just to kind of get that out of the way. What do you think? Sounds good. I hope this humidifer isn't too much, but it helps me relax. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna talk a lot if that's okay with you. For me, I love when people talk when I'm studying. I don't know. I can't really study in silence. How about you? I can't really study in silence. Honestly, this is kind of like off track, but I love listening to music to help me sleep. Like really loud music too, because it just engulfs me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I can't sleep just because my thoughts are so loud, and especially in silence, my thoughts are so loud. And the music is just repetitive. It's the same beat over and over again. So it kind of helps me sleep in that way. Yeah. Of course, I love my ASMR too. But yeah, I can't really study in silence. And I don't know why I talked about sleeping. What did I talk about sleeping? Oh, I guess it's to say that I can't really focus very well. It's something or the other always distracts me. So I love a little chatter when I'm studying. I'm just gonna move you back, babe, because you are bumping into my desk. Sorry, that is totally my bad. Okay. Just fix you up here. Okay, let's get started. So, you tell me what you need to study for the upcoming days, because I know it is such a testy season. I don't know why this is so testy season. Like finals, APs, state test, final. Oh, I just said that. Like any test, even certifications. I just did a certification exam too. It's like a month of tests. I don't know. Anyway, for me, I have finals, but I also have two tests, biology and psychology, on the same day, right before those finals. So I think I'm gonna try to get started studying for those. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do more studying on those, and then for the finals, I think I'm gonna do more organization. What about you, babe? Okay, sounds good. Okay. Let's see here. Sometimes they don't even give me material and it hurts me. I'm scared. Okay. First is... let's do biology first, because psychology, honestly, it's kind of just... I love to make flashcards, and it's so easy. Like, it's so easy in terms of, like, figuring out how to study, like I said before, because all I do is make flashcards. It's very memorizable. Concepts. Sometimes it does start off, because they give all of above options, but yeah. Actually, as I said, like I've said before, let's start with the basic things, because it kind of gets you into that momentum. It's kind of like, like a slope instead of a steep thing to climb up. It's kind of like a ramp rather than stairs, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Let's start here. Let us start here. Let's start. Biology. Okay. Biology. I love using my iPad. This is my iPad. I love the case. It sounds super duper creamy. Let us get started. Okay. maybe we can do this for like 30 minutes, right? Yeah. Just to get it started. Maybe a little longer. We'll see where it takes us. I'm gonna lean back. Sorry, but I always need to lean back. I always need to be like in a relaxed state. Like, I need to be cozy, I need to be warm whenever I'm studying. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk to you a lot about my studies. That is okay. So right now, I'm just trying to get into the application. This is what I'm saying. It can be very tedious, which is super duper annoying just to get into it. You know, sometimes there's not in the content, but that's just how it is. We just gotta get through it together. Right? We just gotta get through it together. Just get through it together. Just get through it together. Okay. So I can't access what I need to access right now. Sometimes that happens. Technical difficulties. So let's just go to another path. Something doesn't happen in a perfect way. We just have to try to deal with it. We just have to look at a different path, because rejection in any form is redirection. So let's just look. What else can we do right now? Because I can't really access the content that I want to access. What can I do? How about for finals, let's discuss what I have to study, because I do have a lot of the content. Of course, finals are cumulative. All of my finals are cumulative, meaning that all of the content we learned from the semester will be put into that final exam. So I can review material that I already have, because I cannot access new material at this time. How are you doing? Okay. That's good. Yeah, I would definitely say practice material. Practice material for sure is great. Yeah, it's like the best way to study, honestly, because it puts it into your semantic memory. Memory. That is the best form of memory, but the best consolidation. Consolidation is like engraving of it into your brain, basically getting into your long-term memory. Practice problems are the most efficient way. Yes. Okay, let's think about what finals do I have. I have calc. I have chem. Oh my gosh, I need to do Spanish. Of course I need to do Spanish. Oh, I gotta do Spanish. Okay, I need to do Spanish. So calc, chem, Spanish. I have a little like presentation, script, papers, kind of thing. Honestly, I don't even know. I gotta look at that. So I have to do calc, chem, Spanish, bio, and psych are the ones that I have files for. Okay, let's see. What can we do right now? I think what I can do right now is mostly just go over my Spanish, maybe I can go over my Spanish. Let's see. Okay, now let's go over calc. Okay, calc is hurting me a lot, honestly, because it is a lot of things that you have to remember. It's a lot of things. It's not, it's not really the process, because I think, the process can be tedious, but it can be easily memorizable. It's very formulaic, as most math is very formulaic. The thing is, a lot of tedious things that you may forget that mess you up. But just a simple calculation that can mess you up. Or what else can mess you up? Just like simple little facts that you need to know that messes you up entirely, and that is really my downfall. So I think I'm gonna try to look at those simple facts. How about right now I just write down all the topics I need to know. How about I write down the topics? Or better yet, I've had 2 tests for calc, and I had kind of like a guided practice problem worksheet that is reflective of the test. So I think I'm gonna go over those problems. I also have both of my tests in my email because they copy it and send it to me. So let's look at that. Okay. I think going for material is very important too, because I think also we often take for granted what we really know. Often I do this, like I feel like oh, I did it before I know it. But like when it comes to the end of the day, like there are a lot of things that I don't know, a lot of like blanks that I can't quite fill in because I didn't really review it as much as I should have. So let me just review that thing right now. And what are you doing, bestie? Listen to this. I like that sounds. Kind of sounds like when they do the ballroom here. What do you think? Okay, not really. Only sometimes, I think. I don't know. Because my nails are long before, so I did a little different sound. But what do you do? That is great. That is great. Let me know if you want me to help you with anything. Like, I have a lot of flashcards, especially for APs. A lot of flashcards for APs. And they were really helpful. They were really helpful. I got like 4s or 5s. A lot of those that I had the flashcards for. A lot. So, if you want me to test you, then go ahead, just ask me. Okay. Anyway, let me just go over this. Let me just go over this. Okay, I'm just trying to find where is the I always blank out too, like in the beginning of my study sessions. I always blank out, but then I'm just in such a flow state afterwards. This always happens to me. I can never just straight dive into it. So really, can I just straight dive into it? It's like a problem, I think. Anyway, let's see, let's go to the first test. We're going to go to the first test. Let's see where that first test is. Sorry. Okay, I think it's not this one. Is it this one? It's not this one, I think. No, it's not this one. Is it this one? Okay, this is my last test. I cannot find it. Let's see here. Maybe. I don't know where it is. Okay. Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. This one. Okay, so I am on the content for the first test. So let me know what you're doing. Honestly, just get started. It's just like, don't even worry about the plan. Just do something. Even if you think it might waste your time, like you think about it, wasting your time is wasting your time more than you actually doing something that might waste your time. I don't know. This is a hard mindset for me to get into as well. Sorry about that. Okay, let me go a little closer to you because I feel very far away from you. I don't want you to feel lonely. Okay? Let us see what we are dealing with here. Honestly, this is just my work. I'm gonna go back to my questions. Okay, test 1, practice material. I'm just gonna go over the practice material real quick. Cover this test. Okay. Let's see. Let's actually start looking at it. Estimate the area of the graph using 4 approximate rectangles and 11 inputs. So this is going to be summation I equals 1 for x times I can also not read my own handwriting, so should work on that. Just feel like I write so fast. My brain thinks pretty fast. And like, the problem is like, I cannot hold a thought. It's so hard for me to hold a thought. So I write really fast to compensate for my brain like thinking, because obviously you can think faster than you can write, right? So, okay, estimate area. I'm gonna write also a couple notes, like edited notes on the side, as like today. Let's write here. What is the date? 05/01/26. And it's for final exam FE. Okay, so we're gonna look at. Okay, so when we say estimate the area, approximate rectangles, we're gonna use this formula. And then, what are the components of each formula? These are the type of things that, like, I always, like, neglect to do study because I'm like, oh, I know this is an easy formula, I just plug it in. And then I'm like, wait, how do you get each component of the formula? Let me look at that, because that's something that I'm not even recalling right now. Wait. Okay, so delta x is the range over the amount of rectangles. So write that down. Delta x equals range over amount of rectangles. I'm just gonna draw a rectangle. Also, I think definitely write in shorthand to like I feel like a lot of people write like everything out fully, and they call it performative study. I think, like, just for like kind of, the concept of studying, like the aesthetic almost. I don't know. Just write out like in shorthand. If you know what I mean, that's gonna save you some time. It's gonna be way helpful. Promise. Okay. Anyway, because my notes are messy, but like I can also still understand it. Because the only person that really needs to understand it is you. Okay. I kind of sound very harsh. I don't know why. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, back to this. So we have what delta x equals, great. F of x. Okay, this number at the top I think is the amount of rectangles. This is the first. Okay, makes sense. X and y is each of the left ones. How do you solve this? I can't be too sure. So I'm gonna look at my own work to see how do we solve this. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna do a little trial and error here, okay? Because I think I have an idea, maybe. So x of 1 is gonna be 1 minus 2. Absolute value of 1 minus 2 is just gonna be 1 plus 4 is 5. So that is not the way. How do you solve it? How do you solve this? Let's make a note. How solve? Question mark. Okay. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I'm just gonna kind of give myself questions for later, so I don't. So like this is kind of the first filtering. I'm just gonna filter through it real quick. Okay. Okay, next question, because I'm just filtering through them. What f of x be a continuous decreasing function that exists in quadrant 1 on the interval ab? Let's think about that. Sometimes I have to read something so many times to actually comprehend it. So I'm gonna close my eyes. Close your eyes. And imagine. Wait, I can't close my eyes and read actually, so how about I just squint? Let's squint our eyes. And read these directions. Okay. Would f of x be a continuous decreasing function? Okay, let's existing quadrant run on the interval a to b. Okay. What approximating rectangles while left to right endpoints give an overestimate of the area of X. Okay. So this is kind of a conceptual question, which is good because it helps you understand in ways that you probably didn't think to think of, you know what I mean? And I always forget. I'm always forgetting. I fear. I think this is right endpoint. So I think left endpoint would give you an overestimate. Okay, I'm gonna also write here right versus left, right versus left, right versus left, question mark. Express the integral. I think it's right. I'm gonna put right. And I'm going to do dot because I'm not sure. Okay. Express the integral 0 to 3 x squared plus x dx is the limit of the sums. Limit of the sums is a keyword, so let's underline the limit of the sums. And then evaluate this limit. In other words, use the definition of an integral to evaluate the integral as opposed to using antiderivatives. Isn't that like the little equation where it's like the limit? Oh wait, it literally says the limit of the sum. Okay, so I have an acronym for myself here. I have an acronym, and I love making acronyms. I think acronyms are the best thing in the whole world because you can memorize something like that. If you guys are not making acronyms, make acronyms right now for everything. It's so much easier to memorize. It's literally a whole psych concept and everything. And I am well versed in psychology, as I am a psych major. So try it. Anyway, I have an acronym here, so I'm gonna look back at my work to see what does this acronym mean. It seems like I use this acronym when we're using the definition of an integral and the limit of the sums. So that's another thing. You have to tie your keywords. It's one thing to know how to do something, how to operate something, but it's also more than knowing, it's also when do you do it. So that's important to tie your keywords back to that knowledge, that concept, that formula, that kind of writing it out, you know what I mean? Let's see here. That process, you know what I mean? Okay. Going back to my work, this is number 3, so I just want to check, what does that formula mean? Bim, what does that mean? Okay. So apparently the formula is with three S's. Okay, that was 4 times. Anyway, 3 S's. So it stands for expression, distribute, split, substitute, simplify, limit, add. Okay, now luckily I did write this out, so this is good. I wrote out my steps, thankfully. Thank you, past BIM. Okay, let's see here. Okay, delta x. I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, so the formula. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, I have to really get a different spa table because this spa table makes so much noise. Anyway, okay. Or I can put a carpeting or something on it. Make something furry, right? Anyway, back to this. So with the keywords, let's break this down. So a couple things we need to know for each question, especially in this topic. Keywords, 1, 2, formula, and 3, because these are tedious processes. 3 processes. Acronym. And then I'm gonna put 4 tricks. I'm gonna say tricks because there can be tricky little things that we can forget. So, keywords form the acronym trick, so that's gonna become KIFA. That's my new acronym here. Oh, it says KIFAT. KIFAT. Okay, sure, KIFAT. Okay, let's see here. So we have, this was 4, if I can remember correctly, limit of the sum using the definition of the integral. Okay. So we have, this is the same formula as before. The summation of f of x of I times delta x, and then the bound are, wait, I equals 1, and then at the top. And then our equation is x squared plus x dx from 0 to 3 bound to 0 to 3. Okay, so let's look at the acronym finally. Let's look at the steps involved. This is a pretty lengthy process because it's this whole thing right here at the end. Okay, let's see. This is one of my more light works because the second test I had so much writing. Oh wait, there's also a lot of writing down here too. Can you see that? Can you see? Okay. Okay. So we have one expression. So this is the expression is basically when I plug everything in. So we have the formula here. We have the formula that I just said, and then we're looking for delta x. Okay, delta x is b minus a over n, which is the range over the amount of rectangles, right? And then we don't have the amount of approximating rectangles in this question, so we're just gonna leave it as n. So at the end of the day, delta x equals 3 over n, and then x of I equals a. Okay, I remember these two formulas. So there's formulas within formulas. Okay, x of I equals a plus I delta x equals 0 plus I 3 over n. So that's just gonna equal 3 over n. So it just equals a plus I delta x. Okay. And I remembered that. I remembered it as x, like Ix or something. A plus I delta x. Ix. Okay. And then we have the formula of x of I equals great. Then we have the entire formula with the expression. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Plug in. I'm gonna write that as a side of plug in. I am so sorry about my posture, by the way. It's the worst posture ever. I have to work on it. We should do like a whole class just for posture. What do you think? I don't know how relaxing that would be, honestly. Okay, anyway. Distribute. Okay, so this distribution. Okay, so distribute is basically you're squaring the term that is squared, and then you're multiplying it by the term you're multiplying it by. Okay, that makes sense. But yes, of course. And then a third thing is split down the middle, make them two things jiggle. My girl, I know, yeah, boom. I'm actually Caribbean. I'm Guyanese. So yes, that is Caribbean. I should do a Caribbean hairstylist video. What do you guys think? I mean, yeah. Split down the middle. That is a song. Split down the middle, make them two things jiggle. My girl, I know, yeah, boom. My accent is not very good in whisper form, I fear. Anyway. Split down the middle. Okay, what are we splitting down the middle? Okay. So it seems that we're splitting the two terms that are connected by a plus sign in the middle. A plus sign. It seems we are connecting that. I mean, splitting it, yes. And then we're also pulling out the constant term. The constant term is 27 over n onto the third power. And also, remember, n is a constant. But I is what stays on the right. Yes. So I on the right, I did make a note for here, but I did make a note here for myself before. I on the right, the rest on the left. So this is gonna be, I'm just gonna write n is a constant. And then we're on step 4, which is gonna be substitute. Now, what do I remember? Okay, the substitution is basically we're substituting the I value with a couple identities, or the summation of the I value. Summation I value. So summation I, the identity, summation I equals n times n plus 1 over 2. Summation I squared equals n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 over 6. So we're just going to replace that with I squared and I. Great, so we end up without summation now. Okay, so what is the fifth step? This is actually pretty fun. Like, once you know how to do it, it can be pretty fun. I always say this and then I dread studying and everything. But anyway, simplify. Simplify. Let's see here. Okay, so this is like a little trick that I found out about simplification. So instead of just like multiplying it out and then simplifying it back in terms, you can literally just switch the terms. So let's see. Okay, so we can switch when simplify. Okay, all like terms in one parenthesis. Okay, makes sense. So all right. So basically what you're doing is just switching the n and the constant in the denominator. Let me just make a little side note for myself here. Switch n and constant in denom. Period. Okay. That is number 5. And then I'm just gonna finish up with number 6 and 7. Anyway, you know what? When is 6 and 7 gonna be done? Because I remember when I was younger, it was like 21, and I didn't really even know about that. I was just hearing people say like whenever I was like 19, someone would say 21, and you know that obviously stopped at some point. Or like the whole 6-9 thing, like people don't make a big fuss about it anymore. But like, when is 6-7 gonna stop? Because it's been over a year, I'm pretty sure. Has it? I think it's maybe like been exactly a year about, or over a year at this point. Obviously, it's not as bad as before, but like honestly, anytime I hear 6-7, you already know what is going to happen. Anyway, give me your analytical thoughts on that. If you guys know analytics and stuff like that, or I don't even know, like, is that analytics? Like, honestly, I don't know. Should I know? Is this kind of psych based? Maybe it is a little psych based. So I don't know. It's okay. I have not gotten that far yet. Okay, so let's see, 6 and 7. I'm pretty sure this is like, let me look through the other ones real fast, like, this is my other work. I literally wrote a note here. Easy peasy, so I'm gonna just leave that to the side for now, as I'm just skimming over to kind of filter out everything that I kind of need to pay more attention to, questions I need to ask myself before like getting confused in the first place, so I can just quickly look it up instead of, being confused. Like, what is this even? I'm trying to figure it out. I already know that I can't figure it out without help. This one seems kind of difficult. Okay, this one seems like the most work here, so let's just get into this right here. Oh, there's other ones that I didn't do. Let's see. Oh, okay, this one is definitely a little hard. This one is the acronym RUSIP, and it is a pretty long looking, and there is trigonometry, which is not my best friend in the world, but whatever. Okay, not too sure how I go from trig to just like a regular number, but they always get you. They always get you like that. Yeah, the spot table is so loud. Okay, let's see here. Okay, wait. Okay, 6 and 7. Like, I always check myself, but it's okay to get these distractions out now as long as we refocus and we just shorten it every time. And so there's no distractions. Okay. Take the leading co-ops of the number. Wait, what is number 6? Let's see. Limit. Oh, we're doing the limit. Okay. Let's see here. Take the co-op. Take the leading co-ops of the numerator plus denominator when evaluating. So what did I do? Did I just completely get rid of that? Let's see. N, 2, N over N3. Yeah, that seems about right. Let me just have N and N. So it seems like I completely got rid of that. Huh. Okay, so it looks like we're only paying attention to the end. So we just kind of just simplify that up. And then we just get a numerical value. And then we Oh, okay, so we're bringing down the coefficients here. So let me just make note of that. So that is, what step is that? That is limit. Pretty simplistic because we're literally just ignoring the outside and we're just like taking the limit, the leading coef of the end. So let me just put that in. Okay, and then number, oh, this is still number 6. Oh, never mind. So we're just taking the limit here and we get a numerical value for the end. So that's how we get rid of the ends, and then we multiply each of that by its respective coefficient that we pulled out from all the way from the summation step. So we multiply them together, and then we simplify and we get our numerical value. Okay, pretty simple. We just gotta remember the little tricks. The keywords, formula, acronyms, and tricks. The keywords. What do we do to trigger like this process, this equations acronym? What do we need to see? The formula. Do we recognize this formula? How do we plug into this formula? Are there formulas inside the formula, which is the case here? So we gotta know that. Acronym. Always remember your acronym for any process. It condenses everything so beautifully. I love acronyms. I love imagery. I love acronyms. All that type of stuff. Amazing, 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 amazing study tools. And then tricks. There always will be tricks. So I wrote down my little tricks and I highlighted them so they're very easy to see. So that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think that's all we're gonna do here today. Let's see, what else can we... Let's just skim through the questions. So I'm back on the questions here. Number 4 is the same thing as number 3. Different numbers. And then express the following. List number 5. Express the following as a definite integral and a given integral, but do not evaluate the integral. Okay, I think this is just, this was easy peasy. Okay. This is also easy peasy. This is graphing interpreted in the terms of area. Okay, this is pretty easy peasy as well. Okay, let's see. You just gotta know what to do. Just gotta know what to do by the keywords. These are not acronym worthy. Okay, these are just simple evaluations. Simple evaluations. Okay, I think we kind of went through the hardest part for the most part. And luckily that kind of gave me motivation to pick this back up. And I'm happy that it's kind of filtered through, so all I have to do is just I don't have to really wait to kind of try to figure things out. Am I wasting my time? Yada 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 yada, asking myself a million questions because it's already filtered out. So yeah, let me know if you ever tried that before. And I think it's great just to do the day before bed. You literally just do it in your bed, to honestly help you fall asleep. Studying is always gonna make us fall asleep. I think it's great. I think it is great to filter things out. Do I do it often? Can't say I do, but yeah. Anyway, I think that'll be good for today.